Hey guys, Mike with Family Handyman here. We're in my basement where I just got sheetrock up. Now comes the tricky part, mudding and taping. Now it's an acquired skill, but we've got some good tips for you to make your next job a little bit easier. Now in taping joints, pros use paper, but it's a little bit trickier to work with. As a DIYer, I would switch to mesh. It's a lot easier to work with, but one thing to remember, you want to use setting type joint compound to embed this tape. It'll last a lot longer that way. When it comes to setting type compounds, there are other benefits as well. It hardens fast and it shrinks less. Because it shrinks much less, you can apply it much thicker, letting you fill deeper depressions. Our pros recommend sticking somewhere in the middle ground. 45 is what we recommend. It gives you enough time to apply and work the mud, but it also sets up quick. When it comes to mixing, use a powerful corded 1/2-inch drill with the paddle. And mixing is an art in itself. You don't want it too wet or else it'll take too long to dry, and you don't want it too dry or else it'll be harder to work. You're looking for about a peanut butter type consistency. But with a tapered joint, all you have to do is embed your tape, lay on your mud, and smooth it out flat. Pros use a tool called a banjo to pre-mud the tape, so then they can embed it really quickly. You can accomplish the same thing by pre-wetting the tape and then embedding it into mud on your joint. The process is really the same, but you don't have to buy the tools that the pros use every day. When it comes to corner bead, the process is pretty much the same. The pro has a hopper tool that he runs the corner bead through to pre-mud the corner. You'll have to pre-mud the corner as well and then stick it on, just like you did when you add the tape to the joint. And for the corner bead, we really like these paper-backed metal corners. The metal provides a really straight corner and it's forgiving. Now professionals, they stick to about 2 knives, a 6-inch knife and something wider like a 12-inch knife. If you're doing it yourself though, those inside corners are a little bit tricky, so pick up an inside corner knife to keep those corners nice. I'd also pick up a middle ground knife, somewhere in between 6 and 12 to help you out. So our pro recommends 3 coats of mud. The original, followed by a sand, then a second coat of mud, then another sand, and then finally the top coat of mud and a final sand. But if you need 4 or 5 coats to make it look nice, don't be afraid to do that. Now when sanding, use these rectangular pole sanders. They can get into the corner and you can cover lots of area. But you'll also have to come by to sand by hand. When sanding by hand, use a sponge with a medium grit. So there you have it. The final sanding is done, the walls are smooth and ready for paint. Now before you add your color coat, make sure you seal the raw drywall with a primer. And for more project tips and hints, head to FamilyHandyman.com.